This is Optimal Relationships Daily, episode 425. How I Work 2 Jobs, Blog, and Still Find Time for My Wife and 6 Kids by Babauta of ZenHabits.net. Howdy, and welcome to the final show of the week. I'm Joss Marie, and this is where I narrate from relationship blogs and authors with hopes of optimizing the many relationships in your life. And today, I'm going to be narrating a post from Babauta about how he finds the time to juggle all of the different priorities in his very busy life. And just real quick before we get into the post, I want to remind you that our random book drawing is coming up on the 1st of the month. So if you'd like a chance to win that book, you can go ahead and sign up for our newsletter right at oldpodcast.com. But with that, let's get right into Leo's post and start optimizing your life. How I Work 2 Jobs, Blog, and Still Find Time for My Wife and 6 Kids by Babauta of ZenHabits.net. I've had a number of readers ask me how I find time for my family. My wife and I have 6 kids, while working 2 jobs, blogging, and writing an insane amount of blog posts for other blogs. I write about 7 posts a week elsewhere. It's something I've been working on, struggling with, and experimenting for a while now, and I think I'm starting to hit my stride. After promising this a while back, I'm finally ready to share my secrets to making time for family and still producing a ton. Let me say that I'm not perfect. I still do work sometimes when I want to be spending time with my wife and kids, and I still goof off with my family when I should be working. But I've been getting better and finding a balance and drawing a firmer dividing line between work and family time. I have a full-time job and I'm a freelance writer on the side. I work 2 jobs because my wife and I decided it would be best for our family for her to stay home for a few years to take care of our 2 youngest babies. The youngest is now 1 and the other is nearly 3. I'm lucky because my day job is very flexible. I told my boss that to hire me because of my income requirements, he'd have to give me the flexibility to write on the side to earn an extra income. I guess he thought I was worth it because I'm now able to write while at work as long as I get my work done. That's the challenge. The other challenge has been blogging. I started this blog in January when I made a commitment to blog every day. I haven't failed yet, and the response from all of you has been overwhelming. But blogging, as many of you know, is more than just posting. There's a lot of other stuff involved, and it has expanded to fill up all of my free time. Also, I've taken on the challenge of blogging a lot for other blogs. Some of it is now paid blogging, which is slowly replacing the freelance writing I'm doing for magazines and newspapers. I still do several print articles a week. I'm also lucky because my wife has been super patient with me as I work on my blog. She knows that it's a passion of mine and she's always supportive of things I do. Okay, but you want to know how I managed to do it all. It's not easy, let me say that first, but it is tremendously rewarding. I've been pursuing my passion while making enough to pay off our debts and save, and also have time for my family. Here's how I do it. Number 1. Morning ritual. I like to write in the early morning before anyone gets up. I wake at 4:30 a.m., and this allows me to get some exercise in too before I have to wake everyone up. Number 2. Use free time wisely. I write in between tasks at work. My boss knows this. I still produce a lot at work, and I'm really good at what I do, so there aren't any problems with that. Number 3. Evenings for the kids. When I get home from work, I don't do any writing. I spend the evening with my family. But when they all go to bed, I might do a little more if I'm not too tired. I generally sleep about 2 to 3 hours less than the rest of my family, but it doesn't usually bother me. If it does, I'll take a short nap or wake a little later. Number 4. Weekends are for family. I don't write on weekends usually. That's reserved for family. I do my weekend posts for my blog during the week. This post, for example, was written on Friday, and Sundays are definitely our family days. Number 5. Bursts. When I work, I do it in bursts. I break my tasks down to smaller bits, do one task at a time, and when I do that task, I really focus and do nothing else. And brook no interruptions. I just crank. Number 6. Fast fingers. The key for me is that I write very fast. I give thought to what I'm going to write during drive times or during exercise, or I'll take a walk, or when I'm reading other stuff. And when I write, I just crank it out. That allows me to get a lot done in a shorter amount of time. I've been writing professionally for 17 years, so it comes naturally for me. Plus, I love what I do. That makes it so much easier. And number 7, fight procrastination. I procrastinate like everyone else, but I've been getting better at beating it. The stuff I write on productivity isn't just stuff I make up. It's stuff I really use. And though I'm not perfect, I don't always follow my own advice. I really do try to use these tips. You just listened to the post titled, How I Work 2 Jobs, Blog, and Still Find Time for My Wife and 6 Kids by Babauta of ZenHabits.net. Whoa, that is one whirlwind of a schedule right there. I appreciate Leo's insight and admire his strict sense of effective time management. Sometimes we might feel overwhelmed and that we don't have time to do it all, but it just takes practice to find the right balance between our commitments. And I agree with what Leo says about drawing a firm dividing line between work and family time. Time for our loved ones and time spent on work to save and pay off debts are both super important. So thanks to Leo for sharing what he does to be highly productive at work and still have time for the family. But with that, let's go ahead and wrap up. Thanks for swinging on by. I hope you have a relaxing and inspiring weekend, and I look forward to seeing you again first thing on Monday, where your optimal life awaits.